Ryder here with another beehive inspection, possible hive split. We'll see what's going to happen here in a minute. Let's flip the camera around, and you can see there's just a ton of activity here. This hive is doing wonderful. Look at all kinds of pollen coming in and nectar. And I'm not suited up or anything. These are generally some pretty sweet little bees. They actually were a split from one of my hives in my apiary. And today I've brought my little holder that I picked up. So Darren may do some videography, but for right now we're going to go ahead and just use this as a stand. This gives us more hands-free. And look at this. Look what Darren just gave me. Bunch of stickers, FML and that, and this is his sticker, so that's awesome. Darren builds race motorcycles and does a lot of riding, so good stuff. Let's get the smoker going.
I got a bunch of dead leaves and stuff. You need a.
You know what I got is this stuff, but I think it's kind of damp.
You need a torch?
Yeah, the torch would be great, especially since it's a little damp. I'm gonna get some dry stuff from the bottom. So I don't like this stuff. It doesn't burn very well, but I found if I layer it with cup holders or egg cartons, put a little bit of it in, then put some of that in, then put a little bit more cup holder in there, it burns really good. So what I'm doing here is I'm filling this up and I'm putting in some Starbucks cup holder and then some of this cotton and wood chip mix, and then I'll add some more cup holders. So I've layered it in here, and I found that this is a really good combination. We'll see how it works today. It did get a little wet because I left it out in the rain, but it was in a plastic bag, so it's not horribly wet. Right on. So we got one viewer. I am able to see the chat. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the chat. I appreciate feedback. I am an aspiring streamer, and I need your assistance to grow my stream and learn what my viewers want to see. Right on. So we got his hive tools are right here, and we use my smoker. I'm going to go ahead and get my suit on while we're waiting for the torch to start the smoker. I think, yeah, I'm going to take my hoodie off because it's in the direct sun. Might get a little warm. Sweet. Am I doing wrong?
Oh, so to crack it open. Oh, okay. There you go.
Oh, I love the smell of camping fuel. So much better than MAP gas.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I hate MAP gas or anything.
What do you think against that cat?
MAP gas is for copper, sweating copper, plumbing. All right, girls, have a taste of that. See what you think. Left this out in the rain too.
You want to use mine?
Yep. Just to keep the bees out. Maybe I should have left my hoodie on. So I gotta replace the elastic in the bottom cuffs. I got stung on the ankles twice. Little ankle biters. Because when I zip them down like this, they should be stuck. You know what I mean? And they're not. I already replaced the elastic on the hands. Yep, it's much better.
Fine.
Let me double check this hood, make sure the zippers are right this time. It keeps coming, if I unzip it a little too far, it complicates things. All right, so Got a couple landmines here to avoid. And I'm talking about dog poop. So what we're looking for today in this hive is queen cups and brood pattern, and of course the elusive queen. But most importantly, we want to see where this hive is as far as developing new queens for the possibility of a swarm. You get this one right here, this little tiny one.
Yeah.
It looks like you got a visitor dog over here or something. A little chihuahua or something snuck in your backyard. Right there, that's of my shoe. All right. Yeah, not happy. Oh my goodness, no wonder it's not smoking. There's still flame in there. Burning instead of smoking. I want the smolder to go on. I gotta put that flame out. There we go. A little bit more smoke. And let's do a little examination of the top portion of it first. And I don't see anything going on in the flow portion yet. I believe there is a window on the other side. Yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and pop this flow hive off. Take the lid off. And we're going to pull the whole flow off. Or not. Yeah.
Oh, they're up there.
All right, so right now, I'll take you with me here. I see bees on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 frames. That's where you know you're close to a split. 80% is really good. I'm going to go ahead and put the smoker on the other side. Smoking them down. So the reason I want to put that on the other side is I'm simply going to open this up. Loosen it up without banging it or anything. And, well, I like to do this from behind. Go ahead. Oh my goodness, they're bonded. And I swear we just fixed this. Yeah, this thing's about as heavy as it gets because this frame's stuck on the bottom. So they're not going to be happy with me right now. So I'll be putting my gloves on. Ed, don't come out here without your shoe on. They were all bonded together. So. I just freaking love it. I love it. I love it. I guess I'm obnoxious. All right. So what happened here was they built so much comb up, and it's mostly going to be brood comb, drone comb, that they bonded together. So there was some crushing of bees in this thing. They're not going to be happy with me at all right now. And we're going to clean it up. So the rest of this inspection is going to be a pain in the butt, because these girls are not going to calm down very much. They're calming down somewhat, but they're out for blood. They're mad. So right here you can see all that brood that is drone brood, and it was bonded to the bottom side of the medium box. And so that's why it felt like it was so heavy. And it is heavy. There's a ton of honey in here. These are some good collectors. So just set this right here. And I am going to grab something else I'm gonna take this. This is actually something you can use for smoking. But I'm gonna scrape off all of this drone brood comb on here, and I'm gonna just pop it in here, and I'm gonna take that home and feed it to my chickens. And I bet you I'm gonna get stung on the ankles. I already felt one. Yeah, they're not gonna be happy with me at all. Right now they think I'm a bear trying to rob their honey and eat their babies. And I'm not, but they don't care. They're just, I have no one to blame but myself for the way this thing came apart. I should have been over here weeks ago. And that is drone larva, and it won't survive, so it's just gonna go get fed to the chickens. Come on, girls, out of the way. Yeah, and I could have cleared this off a couple weeks ago if I had gotten over here, but I didn't. So it is what it is. We'll just have a little unrestiness here. Okay. Yeah, there's so many bees hitting on me right now. I'm probably going to get some flinching going on in my system, just because.
Oh yeah, they're not happy. Right?
They're not happy at all. And it's their own fault for building this up, but it's also our fault for not cleaning it off. So what I got to do is get Darren to start doing his own hive inspections. In fact, I should make him just dive into this hive right now. Sorry about that, girl. I'm sorry.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
drinking their own brother's juices. That's crazy. All right, that's probably enough. We're going to be cleaning some more stuff anyways. Look at these ones fanning. So the main thing I hope is that I didn't injure the queen in this process. When those 2 or 3 frames stuck to the top, I should have just waited till Darren had suited up, and he could have helped prime apart. You know, I'll lift up part way and they could have pried it apart, but no, not me. All right, so they built a lot of cross here. There we go. Oh, there's some honey in that corner.
Is there?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to lift it up and then gently set it down here. Start by taking a look at this. So, see a lot of empty area, which is where probably where bees have come out, and they're loading it all up with nectar. There's so much nectar on this thing. I'm going to leave the ladders on the bottom of this. I'll just set it. I'll set it right here, gently, on those wax nubs. All right. So, I'm just going to have ghost stings. I'm not even going to get stung. I'm just going to think I'm getting stung. All right, so this frame has just one little thing of wild. I don't like that. And it's drone size anyway, so we'll get rid of that out of there. And let's go ahead and take it on this excess propolis on this. And we can just go ahead and leave that frame out as well. Give ourselves plenty of room to work in here. So the smell I smell is a combination of smoke and bananas and Novocaine. Wow, look at them drawing that out. Just beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of all this as well. There's a bunch of drone brood there, and it is what I call wild, or some people call it burr comb. So I don't want to hurt any of these girls. That's chicken food. That's more chicken food.
Why so much drone brood?
It's that time of year. They're doing their part to ensure the continuation of the species. So they're creating a lot of drones because there's a lot of queens out there right now. And one queen will mate with as many as 200 drones. So you need a lot of drones. And no sexist comments about that, please. So right here you can see they're just absolutely drawn out, brand new honeycomb. Great job putting wax in it over here. And I'm going to slide that over. And the next one is covered with drones as well. Now, if it's nothing but drone brood, that would be a bad thing. That would mean the laying worker. So here we have regular brood, so we're good. And I'm going to go ahead and, come on girls, I'm going to remove this as well. Come on girls, out of there. So again, they're doing some just natural stuff that they do. It's not a big deal. It just makes it a little more difficult to manage. So right there you can see a bunch of beautiful drone cells and regular brood cells. And on this side, same thing. Got a pattern, a nice pattern of both. Not seeing a queen, but do I really need to see a queen? No. I can see her work, that's enough for me. So one of the best things about Amanda and Darren is that they always have great questions to ask me. So this is a little bit of a spotty pattern. It's kind of interesting that I'm not seeing new eggs or wet larvae in the center area. Why she hasn't relayed in this area, I don't know yet. My guess at this point in time, if I were to venture a guess, is she's up top. And at this time of year, because of the temperature, oftentimes the queen is in the top brood box. Now, we did do a thorough job a little over a month ago, right? Of cleaning off all the propolis and everything.
Yep.
We should have just come back like a couple weeks later.
Oh, wow. This is the next one.
Oh, I see the next one. So she could easily be on the next frame over. And this one here, you see the darker the brood is, the further along it is. So that's all cap brood. Those are going to be new workers in a short period of time. But the next frame gets much lighter. And I believe what we did was we did a checkerboard pattern in here,
yeah,
where every other frame. And so this one looks like it's freshly drawn out comb and freshly laid on brood, which is really nice for the health of a hive.
I remember there were a ton ready.
Look at that.
hatch.
When the frames lifted up and fell down, some bees got injured. I am going to look in the bottom of the box and see, make sure there isn't a queen down in there, because this was the area where the frames were stuck. Hopefully she was in the top box. We're just going to go ahead and continue our inspection. And there's our favorite word to say, festooning. We should just call it what it is, clinging to each other. Wow, and look, they have propolis this up again. This one's got almost 1/8 of an inch of propolis on it. Darn it. Come on, girl, stop it. They're all festooning right where I want to set it down. All right. So I want you to see this beautiful pattern. There you go, out of the sun. See all those colors? Green and yellow and pink, orange, bunch of different colors, pollens in there. So that's good. They're getting a variety of sources. And then there's some honey back in here. And this is that warped frame we want to replace. So there's not a lot of brood on it right now, but there's so much pollen that I don't want to replace it now. Sorry about all the crushing, girls. Yeah, there's a couple more corpses right there. I probably killed a dozen bees when I opened up that box. I apologize. I'm sorry, ladies. Okay, this is honey. I can feel the weight of it. There's honey and, again, tons of colorful pollen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, oh wow is right.
Turn it really, you see the other side.
Oh yeah. God, some of them are completely full. This is a great set of gatherers. You sure you want to keep this colony? I can take this one back if you want. Now, of course, it may have something to do with his location too. So, you know, it's not just that it's a good, strong colony. And one of my policies that I started with Darren was to insist that anybody that I'm giving bees to comes over and does a hive inspection with me. So this one's just loaded with honey.
It's all capped on this side.
Yeah, it's all capped on both sides. We're going to leave it for now, but this is going to be your first harvest. This frame right here. We're going to leave it just to make sure they have enough. And this is the box we want to clean out. So I should have brought the base over today. I almost did, but I thought, okay, I'm splitting so many hives right now that I didn't want to. So I'm going to slide just this one frame back over. And because there's honey on it, I'm going to put this next. Yeah. No, I'm going to put that blank frame in the middle of these broods. And I heard a crunch. Sorry about that, young lady. Should have moved faster. Oh, that's really cold. Those words that just came out of my mouth were really cold. You should have moved faster. Okay, so I am going to put this blank and partially drawn out frame right in the middle of the brood. Once again, doing a checkerboard pattern. And then I'm going to slide all three of these frames at once to reduce the number of crunches we hear. And then put this one back in on the end, because this is full of honey. So I'm putting their honey where they naturally want to put their honey. Well, this is interesting. Look at them all piling up here. Not really sure why they're doing this, but I want to get them down so that I don't roll them. You know what? I'm just going to knock them off. There we go. Come on, babies. Let's not get rolled. Okay, that's fine. So, I like everything I see in here. Now we're going to go ahead and just move this stuff out of the way. And yeah, we can go ahead and set this right on top of the hive. And let's see if we're angled down enough. Actually, you're on the right side. Can we just make sure that's angled down? So we're guessing the queens in here. And that's what we're going to do, is go ahead and look in here. So we're not putting it back on top because we don't want it to go back inside of there. We don't want her to go back inside there. If I clean excluder out of the way. And we got a nice blank frame here on the end. That'll be the first one. We'll just pull that out. Normally I don't pull the edge frame out, but because this one's completely blank, it was super easy to pull out. Actually, it's gone out on one side. Okay, so first frame in. Nectar collection. Lots of it. Let's go ahead and leave that one out as well. Next one. Nectar collection, and there's where our bond was. So we're going to just go ahead and scrape that off, add it to the chicken feed. And oops, we have a firm grip on that. So far we're seeing lots of nectar.
Alright, you already got drones happening.
Yeah, so one thing that I have noticed about these drones that I'm very pleased is I have not seen a single mite, and that's where you would see them. You'd see them on these drones, and I've seen them in multiple hives, none in my apiary and none in yours. So that's an excellent thing. So we're scraping this off for two reasons. One is we don't need to have that many drones in here, and the other is that they bridged it together, and that's why I had a little catastrophe at the beginning. Okay, that one right there looked like a queen cup. Can't be sure. So that's a decent pattern. We got a little horseshoe pattern here. Tons of pollen, tons of colorful pollen in there. We've got the beginning of our brood pattern here too. So yeah, the queen should be on the next one of the next three frames is my guess. Scootsies girls, thank you. Let's go ahead and grab that. Oh, gross. Never mind. Ew. Ew. Alright. Got a little sticking going on here, almost like they're putting these two frames together. No, it's the drone brood on the bottom stuck to the board, stuck to the table. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to look it over really good for the queen first. And just hope that I didn't crush her. It happens, folks. Sadly, sometimes we kill our own queens. So again, just a very beautiful pattern here. We're going to go ahead and scrape down. Oh, victim. So this is an unusual thing that they're doing. Yeah, I saw them doing that there. I'm not really sure what that's all about. And there she is, our beautiful queen.
Where? Oh, there she is.
There's our beautiful queen. So I am not going to paint her today. We don't need to. She's absolutely gorgeous. She's doing a great job. So I'm going to go ahead and set this in here. I am not going to scrape off the drone off of this frame. I don't want to take any risk with our queen. I've already had a little kerfluffle. So I'm actually just going to take the next frame over and I'm going to lift it, make sure there's no ladders on it. There is. So I want to clean off these ladders. Girls, go home. Thank you. And we've got a queen cup. So that's what we came in here in search of. Once that queen cup is capped, so these are queen cups, and there's 1, 2, 3. And you know what? Do we want to do, this is up to you right now. Do we want to split this hive right here? I'll bring your box back over, we'll split this hive.
Do you think that would be the right move?
I think it is the right move. I think we should do it a week and a half from now.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
okay, so there's the very first mite on the whole inspection here. You can see that mite clearly right on top of that drone larva. So we're going to leave these queen cups, and we know that the weather's getting better, so we know we're not going to have to skip doing inspections. So we're going to keep track of this, because as soon as these queen cups are capped, and they can be capped in just 6 days.
Do you see that they have royal jelly in them yet?
So I believe I see an egg in that one, and royal jelly. You see a little white speck in there?
Yeah.
What about those two? I didn't see anything in those two. But I do see a little, it's like a third of the size of a grain of rice, and it's in royal jelly. So that's a viable queen right there. And we're going to go ahead and leave these other cups on here, but we're going to make sure we do inspections in here. We'll do one on Sunday,
okay.
And then from Sunday we'll plan our next inspection. And what we'll do is I'll bring your hive back over here on Sunday, and we'll plan on splitting directly into that, because we know these are really good bees.
Yeah.
So, you know, why switch stock? So that's going to be it, folks. I'm actually going to go ahead and slide all of these frames back over at once.
Well, so let me ask it. Here's a question. Is it not problematic to have two hives next to each other that are
Not at all.
split? Okay.
Nope.
Interesting.
Nope, not at all. Okay, so I'm going to put these two frames back in here. And then, can you go ahead and smoke this down over here a little bit? It's really weird that they're all going to this one side.
They're in the corners.
It's just really unusual. I haven't seen this sort of behavior. Now the bees have calmed down considerably. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera over here. Well, now you know why somebody threw it away.
Here, I'll take it. I can fix that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it does go back on there, but I was going to glue it today. So I'm going to do the angle thing. Put it on at an angle, and then just rotate it slowly. Come on, baby girls, move. Don't just put your head in there. Okay. And then we're going to put the queen excluder on top of that because we want to keep our queen in here. And just lower it down nice and slow. Come on, girls, move. Move. Come on. Movesies, movesies. There we go. And we only got one. Come on. Oh, she's dead. All right. So part of me doesn't even want to put that box back on top because they're just not using it yet. And they may never use it. But let's put it back on there anyways. They've calmed down. I mean, what a great set of bees that I caused that much trouble and they calmed down. One thing we may want to do is create a bridge for them to get back from the table into there.
Mm.
And this is something I do a lot. Well, I put the lid on and then I'll slide it over slowly at a diagonal, and it's less likely to, it gives bees another chance of getting out of the way. You know, sometimes these things are so heavy it's hard to work with and you're not able to do that. And there's actually a bee up here in the top. Okay, you're going to be trapped in there, sweetie. No, that's not, this is, no, that's where the key, come on. There she goes. Okay. And let's get the lid up on it.
We want to leave this still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still not, the nights are still getting cold. I'm just concerned about this whole box.
Yeah.
You know? All right, so what I think I'm going to do is use this piece of pollen substitute to create a bridge that the bees can crawl up and get back in. And then you have a brush, right?
Yes.
So we can use a brush, which is more gentle, or I can maybe just do this. You know, they're going to find their way home. I think part of it is they're trying to rescue their brothers and sisters that have fallen. I'll just leave that there. Something for them to crawl up on. They'll get back in there. They'll figure it out. The nurse bees can't fly. Their wings are too weak. So we want to give them an opportunity to be able to get back to their home. You know, we're going to lose a few in this. Big part of it is I disrupted it by doing that, those two frames breaking off of there and dropping. So the plan is to come here on Sunday and look how those 3 cups have progressed. We'll also go on to those other frames and see if there's any more queen cups on there. They're all going to be about the same size. They start them and work them evenly. As soon as those are capped, she could fly away with a half or a third of the colony. So what we're going to want to do is pull those frames out and put them in the other box. So I'll get your box all set up at my house, because he has another one exactly like this that's at my house that didn't make it through the winter. And I think we took it over there because it had honey in it to harvest, and then the idea was to do a split at my house. I like this colony, you like this colony, we're going to split this colony right here. It's going to be your first hive split. So that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed this short stream, folks. That's a hive inspection with the plans of doing a hive split. That's it for now. Ryder out.